For today's story, some people think that teachers aren't paid enough. This is perhaps a legitimate concern, but getting money on the side by filming an X-rated OnlyFans video inside of your classroom, perhaps not the best way to supplement those funds. As an Arizona teacher and her husband lose their jobs for that exactly, filming the X-rated video inside an 8th grade classroom in order to make ends meet. Let's learn a little bit more about this sordid tale. An 8th grade teacher in Arizona is speaking out after she and her husband lost their school jobs for filming themselves having some fun times in her classroom and posting the resulting footage on her OnlyFans page. Samantha Peer, who goes by the name Chloe Carter on OnlyFans, said in a YouTube video that she and her husband only made the adult video because they're paid so little as teachers and need the money to get by. Oh yeah, by the way, she made a YouTube video announcing all this and saying both her real name and her stage name and like why she did it and stuff. So if you want to go watch a train wreck, it's available. In the video, the former Thunderbolt middle school teacher, Thunderbolt, ho! Teacher says that she resigned from her position as a science teacher. I blinded her with science. Science at the school under pressure after put on administrative leave and probation in October due to the content she had posted online. She said that her husband, Dylan Peer, a 4th grade teacher at Nautilus Elementary School, who was classified as a long-term substitute, was let go on November 4th for his role in the content. Her account went viral earlier this month after students and faculty at her former school learned about the account and began sharing the pictures and videos online because of course they did. She also said that the video she and her husband made in the classroom was filmed on a weekend where no students were on the premises. Well, I'm sure the school feels really, really good about that. I was an employee at Thunderbolt for 5 years, and within this time, although my experience and evaluation showed I become a master science specialist and teacher, my salary did not increase, she said in her video. Well, you know, if you're unhappy with your salary, perhaps there's other jobs out there. I mean, being a master science specialist, perhaps other schools would want to hire you, private schools or other careers, or just do the OnlyFans all to full time. I don't know, but filming in the classroom, maybe not the way to go. She said that she'd been forced to pick up several extracurricular jobs, including mentoring several uncertified teachers, becoming a book club advisor, and coaching softball in order to make ends meet, saying it got to the point where our family is not able to survive on our 2 teacher incomes. I understand this is potentially a real problem. Teachers are not necessarily paid very well, but it's apparently what the market will bear, or at least the public schools. So, you know, find better options or, yeah. My children are the most important thing to me, apparently, because you like making them so much. And I'm already spending countless hours outside of my contract time on extra school activities, and I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary didn't pay enough. I created the OnlyFans account at the beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money on the side to help pay for basic necessities that our salaries were no longer meeting. According to Peer, she had set up her account using an anonymous name and blocked the entire state of Arizona so that no one in Arizona could access her page. Well, I guess word got around. Also, have you heard about our not sponsored NordVPN? Pierce said that after a community member told the Lake Hasselhoff Unified School District about her account, she was informed that she's being put on leave and probation. 2 days later, I had asked that individual that was assigned to my case be removed because they had created a hostile work environment between me and other co-workers for several years. I did not feel safe with them knowing this information and feel it would spread in retaliation for their own personal vendettas. Well, that information didn't stay secret for very long, did it? According to Peer, the superintendent told her that if she resigned before the school board meeting on October 31st, the district would not publicize what's going on. Well, she publicized it herself. A week after she resigned, however, Peer said that her account went viral, and many of her former students and colleagues began following her despite her page explicitly being marked for ages 18 and older. These teachers were also telling my students my anonymous name and showing them my page. This was also sent to the parents who decided to do the same thing as well. Well, those parent-teacher-faculty meetings are just more and more interesting with every passing moment. The district last week sent an email to the parents addressing the matter. It has come to our attention that students have been airdropping explicit material, the email said. The images did not happen during the school day, and the person depicted no longer works for us. Please remove all images from your child's phone, lol, and talk to them about the appropriate use of technology. Arizona apparently is also the second worst state for teacher salaries in the United States, behind only Washington, D.C., which I guess makes them the worst state because D.C. is not a state.
Hello, my name is Samantha Peer, or some of you might know me by my alias, Chloe Carter. I created content at the beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money on the side to help pay for our basic necessities that our salaries were no longer meeting. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state. It was brought to my attention on October 24th that a community member had expressed concerns to the police and my school regarding video content. At this time, I was placed on paid administrative leave and probation pending investigation. On October 31st, I decided to resign from Lake Havasu Unified School District under pressure. However, I was not fired. It wasn't until Sunday, November 6th, when I had not been a teacher for the school district for 6 days, that my social media used for advertising became viral. November 6th was the first day that previous students and community members began following my alias account. Other school teachers were notified of the site and they began to spread it amongst themselves. Those teachers also were telling students my anonymous name and showing them my page. This was also sent to the parents and they decided to do the same thing as well. They were sharing my anonymous name and content page with their children and allowing them to comment. The video that was created and advertised was made after contract hours on the weekend. No minors were ever present or involved in the videos. I am already paying the consequence by losing my teaching certificate as well as losing the job that I loved most. I thoroughly enjoyed working with my coworkers, teaching my students science, and it brought joy to me every day. Looking back at the situation, I wholly regret creating the video in the classroom after school hours. But I felt trapped in my financial situation and I felt this was the only way that my family would be able to survive.
Thus, that brings us to the end of discussion of this story about an Arizona teacher and her husband who decided to have a little joy husband-wife hour in a classroom in their school, and both have lost their jobs. They did it to make ends meet, but now their only way of making ends meet is the OnlyFans. So if you wish to support a struggling mother, OnlyFans, I suppose, is your way to go. And at least for the moment, that brings us to the end discussion of this story.